today we have a super, super fun project.
So much fun and so easy, and really one that I feel like if you aren't or you don't have the capabilities to do sublimation, is very adaptable.
Yes, this one's great. So you could do this for print and cut. You could do this in so many different ways. So today, if you do not have our sublimation course, today could be a great day to grab it. Sadie, will you have that link available for anyone? Forgot to mention that. That is super fun. And then number 2, you can get a lot of design space skills from watching this training today. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna build you up. We're gonna kind of pull in some patterns for Maker's Gonna Learn.
Yep.
We don't work with patterns a ton, and I think you should work with them more because I think we should work with them more.
And sublimation and print and cut are 2 absolutely amazing, like different techniques to utilize those patterns.
Yes, I mean 2 super, super easy ways that you can start using more patterns today. So whether you're sublimating, whether you are just designing more like labels, anything print and cut related, you're gonna be able to pull in these patterns. You're gonna use them in so many different ways to help you kind of elevate your designing and do so much more there without, again, having to buy a bunch of colors of vinyl, do a bunch of layers, you know the drill, things like that. So you won't have to worry about that or go through all of that as much. So what we have today, I'm super, super excited to let you guys know, and I'm ready to share with you guys the supplies you need today. It is very minimal. So, of course, sublimating directly on wood, it could actually like just disappear because it's not really absorbing to anything. So what you need to have is a lamination sheet. So you need to have a lamination sheet that you can cut in half, like it's not, you know, covered. So you only need one side. You'll need one side of the lamination sheet per side of the wood. So we made ours right here. Here's what we're making today. How about that? Hope you love 90s country. We're gonna do a front and a back. The lamination sheet is super permanent. The heat will activate on here. It'll go in, it'll look super great. Then we'll be able to sublimate on it. How about that? Super easy. I'm gonna teach you how exactly to do that today. You will want to have some bungee, what would you call this cord?
It's
like
more
in jewelry making.
Yeah, it's like a elastic cord.
Yes, elastic cord. You could add some beads on here, super easy. We have just these 3 1/4 inch wooden rounds. Y'all, these
They came from Amazon.
So affordable. You can get these at Amazon. You can get these at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Super easy.
And we actually got them in a really big bag.
In a big bag of like
so
100.
we use them for so many different things.
Yeah, we keep these. These are just good to have. Christmas ornaments, you know, what we're doing for the car today, like you could do a lot of these. So we've linked them down below. So if you wanna get our pack, we have linked that, which is awesome. You will need a true control knife. I'll share with you why. We are using sublimation paper. I will tell you, you don't have to use sublimation paper if you don't want to. You can actually use printer paper. I have a whole training on, they're very similar, but we prefer to use sublimation paper. Super awesome, super, super easy, and it is gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure that's like all the supplies. Of course, let's go to the main camera. This is our heat press we have today. This is like the biggest heat press you will ever need. This is an investment. This is a StarCraft. You don't have to use a StarCraft. They have ones on Amazon. They're really great too. I purchased this as like, I just wanted it. Can I just tell y'all that? I just wanted this one. This one's really fun. I've always seen people with this one, and it was one of those things when we started developing the sublimation course, it was a great way for me to justify getting a new heat press. So it took me a long time to get this. Like, they're expensive. So don't feel like you have to buy this one. This is just like a splurge because we're crafters, and I want
Very much a splurge.
Very much a splurge. You could get literally, Lauren, you could get one for what, half the price?
Yeah, so I was actually putting together something new coming. Something new coming for you guys. I was putting that together, and I found one that I think is very, very comparable on Amazon for like $200.
Oh yeah, so see, you'll be able to get these when you're ready to invest. Like you'll be able to get these really, really easily, which is awesome. Is everything you're teaching today go be in the sublimation course? Kelly, yeah, pretty much everything we touch on today, if not more, I mean, for sure more is in the program. So yeah, if you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up. there is so much more than what we're training you on today in the course. And the reason you buy a course is because we start at step 1 and we walk you through the whole journey really at your own pace, which is super awesome. So yay!
I just now thought before you jump in.
I do need some butcher's paper.
Oh, it's right here.
Thank you, thank you,
But
thank you.
also, you need to bump that heat press up to 380, 385 because it was on 270 where I just did some puff vinyl.
No, you're good, you're good, you're good. So I'm just go ahead and set this to like 380. So let's go ahead and share the screen and I'll walk you through how to get set up for today's project. All right, so we have 2 different options for you guys to choose from, and I think it'll be fun to ask the audience today which one we should recreate. So if you would like us to recreate the Hope You Like 90s Country, will you drop me a number 1 in the comments? All right, drop number 1 in the comments if you want us to create that one. And then comment number 2 if you would like us to make the Hope You Like 2000s Hip Hop. So whichever one that you comment, 1 or 2, Lauren will decide on which one we make. So go ahead and drop that in the comments. We are using 2 Maker's Gonna Learn fonts. We're using 2 patterns for Maker's Gonna Learn, and we're just adding an offset. Y'all, this is super, super easy. I cannot wait to walk you guys through this. It's gonna be super fun. If you love 90s country, thank you for showing up and showing out. But today on the show, we are going to recreate this one. The best part is you can redo this either way. If you are wanting to make the 90s country one, let me share with you the font. And is the font Giddy Up? Yeah, the font is Giddy Up. And do we know the name? Is the file linked down below for them?
Yeah, they all should be linked. It's the cow pattern. Cow pattern is the pattern that we use. Giddy Up is the font. They both should be linked down below. Woo-hoo. And then the other one is Abstract. It's an abstract pattern.
Love it.
And then Dreamcatcher font.
Dreamcatcher, yay! All right, y'all. So it is gonna be super fun. When you're over at Maker's Gonna Learn, you can see here's the Giddy Up. And then if you wanna take a look at Dreamcatcher, you can go over here and you can see we have the Dreamcatcher. It's very, very fun, super simple. When you are a member, you don't have ads. So if you're a member and you're not signed in, just go ahead and click sign in to make sure you have access to everything.
Now Dreamcatcher is one we do need to download.
Yeah, so we're gonna download the Dreamcatcher font. One thing I wanna share with you guys is that you can type in like any samples. So like you could type in hello and see, you know, the samples. So we love having this feature on Maker's Gonna Learn. Again, for our dollar deal today, guess what? You could download this font because you have 20 credits to download whatever you want. And it's super simple. When you download a font, you're just gonna click on that zip file. You're gonna open that zip file up. This font is an OTF. You'll click install. Super easy. I love it. Nobody's dissing your country, Diane. We love it.
Oh, no, 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 no. It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's awesome. So now the font is downloaded onto your device, which is fantastic. But guess what? It is not in Design Space. So we must go ahead, save our project. And we'll just save that real fast. And then guess what? We are now going to reload Design Space. You could go up here and click quit, all of that, but guess what? We're just going to do a forced reload, which is our favorite. And then sometimes the car project pops back up. Sometimes it goes away. It popped back up today, which is beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to zoom on in. And guess what? It's really simple to go ahead and get this shape that we're using today, because we are using just a circle. So we're gonna grab shapes. We are going to grab a circle and we're gonna size it at 3.25. Should we do any larger than 3.25 so that we have a little overhang, do you think?
The reason that I just did the 3.25 is because that is the size of that, and I wanted to make sure that my words fit perfectly in that 3.25.
So if you wanted to have a little overhang, you would just want to be weary of your font being a little smaller. So that is awesome. The pattern we are using today is linked down below, But if you go over to cut files, we can actually show you it. So you can search abstract.
Yes.
Beautiful. And you can see, y'all, we have a lot of different patterns. Like, there's a lot of crazy ones. You can just download the abstract one here because that's the one we're using. We have probably a patterns, yeah, look at this. If you just want to take a look at a lot of different interesting patterns, check this out. So we could go view all. Let's see how long it would take to load all of them. Hopefully it wouldn't take too long. But you can see here, we have a lot of different patterns. I mean, they literally just loaded all of them. Like, there's spring patterns. We have patterns with dark background. Oh my gosh, the cup wrap. I mean, come on, y'all. Another cup wrap. I mean, look at all these cup wraps that you could use in different ways. So they're very, very customizable. Egg and carrots. I mean, I love that. I love it.
So many different patterns on the website.
So many. So you could take any of these, okay? So you could take any of these patterns and bring it together. Valentine's Day, small stroke, transparent, Valentine's pattern with donuts. I've never seen that one. So it's super fun. So anyway, we're gonna open up the abstract file. We now have that PNG, and we're gonna drop it over in Design Space. So what we'll do is we're going to go to upload. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them. Now's a great time to ask any Design Space questions. We're gonna say this is a complex image and press continue. We're happy with how it looks, continue. And this is the big part. We wanna make sure it's a print, then cut image. So click upload. Ta-da, ta-da. And it's just uploading. So we're gonna add this pattern to our canvas, and it's a very large file. So you can just scale it down, scale this down. Love it. Now, I will say, depending on how small you make your file, will decide and determine how your pattern is going to look, okay? So what I mean by that is if you zoom it out, it'll be more focused, and if you scale it down, you'll have more patterns. So that's just like a quick tip. Now, we're just gonna place this over our shape. We're gonna select both of these, and you can click slice, or you can click, you could click intersect, I believe. I thought so. It did the opposite.
I'll slice it.
Yeah, it does the opposite with patterns, so you do just want to be familiar. I like challenging myself to see if I can use some of these features. So if we do subtract, it says none.
I think patterns you have to do slice.
Which is interesting. So once you slice it, look at that. You can just delete out the big piece, and then you'll have two pieces. So you're gonna wanna keep your pattern piece. You don't need your circle anymore. Ta-da! All right, now we get to grab our Dreamcatcher font. Guys, this is so easy, right? Are you guys picking up what we're sitting down? We're gonna type out, hope you like 2000s hip hop. Hope you like, and I'm gonna scale this down because this is big. Hope you like 2000s hip hop. Beautiful. So once we have that, we can scale this down just like so. And again, we definitely need a little something. So the easiest something you can do is just go add an offset, and you can decide this offset. So we're using round corners, and we're just gonna bring this in, bring it in. And you can kind of just play around with where you want it. And then once you're happy, you can go ahead and click apply. And we're gonna change the offset. You can go up here to the color, and we're gonna change it to that pink. So ta-da! You can go down to advanced and like create a color of your own too. So whichever one you want. So there you have it. The last step here would be to select all of this, all right? Select all of this here. And once you're happy with it, you're going to go ahead and press flatten, all right? Press flatten. Ta-da! And then boom, look at that. You have your 2 awesome ones that are ready to go, and you will now have no problem whatsoever getting this ready and preparing. So we only need 1. So here it is. And now we're going to talk about the relationship between your printer with your computer. So let's go ahead and act like we're just going to print this like normal. We're going to press make it. And you can see it is right here, super easy. We have this black box. The black box is really close. Is it always like that? It used to not be. So look at it's not that close, but.
I think it's just because you have it selected.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was about to be
also, I would add 2 copies.
Yes, so we need one for the front and the back. Thank you. I was about to totally forget that. So you do need one for the front and you do need one for the back. So again, material size is the same. We do not want to mirror this because again, it's gonna be sublimate. We do want to mirror this.
No,
we don't.
Not with the printer we're using. We do not.
My word. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about this. So our sure color is go automatically.
Yes.
Go ahead and mirror it.
Because for those that have been around the channel and those that have seen us sublimate before, if we are not needing a large format printer, we always will gravitate toward our Epson Sure Color F170 printer, which is a sublimation ready printer that Epson has created for the at-home sublimator.
And we love it, and it's super easy. Y'all, the colors on here, if you're like scared about picking a printer, pick the Sure Color to start with. It's awesome.
Because you do not have to work with color profiles.
You don't have to work with color profiles. You don't have to worry about mirroring, like none of that. So if you have a traditional printer, you just have to make sure to mirror it or flip it. But with this, you don't have to at all. So that's awesome. So now that we have it, we're gonna press continue. And we're gonna click send to printer. And we're not going to choose the printer from Cricut Design Space. We're gonna click up here and go to use system dialog.
Turn the bleed off.
We're gonna turn bleed off, thank you. And press print. And then boom, look what's gonna pop up. Ta-da! So we're going to use the Sure Color. We're going to make sure that it's the right size, you know, same settings, everything like that. Lauren, anything else you think we should do to it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you like going over here to print settings?
Nope.
Or, oops.
I like going to the color matching.
Yeah.
And doing color sync.
So color sync is going to go ahead and sync it with like the built-in like type of software that's in here, yeah?
Yeah, so color sync, there is a difference. There's Epson Color Match and the color sync. Color sync is going to give you more or less the colors you see on the screen.
Yes.
The Epson Color Controls, I think is what it's called, gives you a deeper color.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it tends to, I don't know, I found that it tends to look burnt sometimes.
Yeah.
So I always go to I like color sync the best.
Yeah. If you have a printer that you're converting and you need help getting like your, you know, all the things, your colors like synced up and get those added to your computer, we teach that inside the program. So, you know, there's kind of a few steps to go through to do that. Can be a little overwhelming, so it's taught, so it's super easy, and we love it. So yay, that is awesome. Now, when this prints out, has anyone ever experienced this? When you print it out, look at this. Totally different. Guys, totally, totally different. So it's always gonna be lighter when you print it out than when you actually sublimate it. So you're gonna see this transformation, all right? You're gonna be able to see it. I'm going to let this dry for a second, then we'll cut these out, and it's super easy. While we wait before we cut this, what we're gonna do is we're going to heat set our laminate sheet. So we'll be able to go ahead and just attach our laminate sheet down. We'll do one side at a time, and then we'll be able to just adhere it. So I'm going to use some butcher's paper just to protect my surface. I don't think the laminate sheet will it'll probably stick to it, right?
I always like to sandwich in between a regular sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Like put the regular sheet of paper on bottom, then your whatever you want to sublimate on, and then your laminate sheet on top.
Right.
And the laminate sheet that he is using is just like your regular pocket laminate sheet that you can get from Walmart.
So
we've torn it in
affordable.
half and then cut it up to the size we need it.
Yeah, just whatever size you need. And then, I mean, Lauren, this doesn't take long at all. Should I have another sheet of paper?
You can do another sheet of paper on top.
Yeah.
Actually, laminate sheet does not have a very high adhere temperature, so it can adhere at a lower temperature. So you only need it under there for like a few seconds.
I'm honestly not even gonna let it touch that much.
That should be good.
So we're just, I mean, that was like 5 seconds. And then you can take a look at it and you can see how it's went on.
Now it is going to stick to the paper, so you're gonna have to cut it away from the paper.
Yeah. So look at this. Awesome. So it's adhered on here, and it was just very little that it stuck, so nothing crazy. You can do a true control knife, or you can do scissors. I think a good mix between both of them is really handy. Do I have anything like a Cricut mat I could cut around? I don't want to hurt the table too much, but I'll use this paper. So I'm just gonna go through and go around this one. And the laminate sheet is so nice to go ahead and cut around. And you can kind of start feeling it pop out. And honestly, this wood that we're using is perfect. And again, the wood is very lightweight. So again, perfect for a little car project. And we're just gonna do this other side. So remember, we're doing one on the front and one on the back. I just wanna make sure the wood debris is not on there. So I'm just peeling off this. So now I have a truly, fully laminated coat of sublimation. So let's take a look at this. So it feels, y'all, it feels really good. Feels awesome, super simple, okay? So what we're gonna do, grab our scissors. I just poked myself with tweezers. That was not fun, it's okay. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna cut this out. And there's so many, guys, so many sublimation hacks out there that you can use. So there's so many different hacks out there that you can use. Lauren, what were you looking for?
I couldn't see the tape from my side. Oh. The heat press was blocking it from the back.
Y'all, can we just talk about our heat tape? Shout out to heat tape. I totally forgot to mention this in supplies. This will change your life. There's heat sprays that you could use in some instances, but the tape is ride or die, okay? Also, I just found these scissors and they work so much better.
I had this laying out.
I know.
See, Tanner says he loves the heat tape. I'm more of now for smaller projects like this that I don't want. For
small ones like this.
For small projects like this, I don't get out the sublimation adhesive spray, but for projects that I have to be precise on, I love the spray.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna make sure that I line up. We went ahead and kind of created some little holes in here. If you want to do this project too, you'll wanna drill a little bitty hole. I mean, it is so simple. You would just take this and you could stack up a few of these. This is kind of like my hack, very simple. You wanna be careful about your table and you're just gonna wanna drill just a little hole. It'll be so fast. I mean, that literally, y'all, that was it. That was the hole drilled through. So now you have your hole, which is really easy. Now, the only project now is to line up your hole. After you've laminated all that, you're gonna wanna go ahead and make sure it lines up with the top of your text, okay? So we'll end up poking that through with a true control knife towards the end. But now, this is where it's precise. So you wanna make sure you see your pattern kind of everywhere off your project. and you just want to tape it down.
So we have had some questions. First one that I've seen is, can I use infusible ink sheets for this? So yes, you can. If you already have infusible ink sheets, you can cut an infusible ink sheet to the size of the wooden round and then do that. And then if you wanted to do vinyl lettering on the top, you can do that as well. If you are using the infusible ink sheets though, remember those infusible ink sheets are pretty much just pre-printed sublimation sheets. So you're still gonna have to add the laminate to the wood if you use wood.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And the next question is, which side of the laminate sheet should go against the blank? So if you're using like a laminate pouch and you tear the two pieces apart, it should be the matte side goes against your blank and the shiny side is up.
Yep. So this is what it's gonna look like, and we will actually hit this A-sub paper down. And let me just explain to you the sandwich here. So you're gonna get a sheet of butcher's paper. Here's our butcher's paper. You can rip this in half because we only need a little piece.
That's a thick butcher's paper.
It really is for this tiny project. Anyway, so this is the sandwich. You're gonna have butcher's paper down, you're gonna have your project here, and then you're gonna have another piece of butcher's paper. This is what we call our butcher's paper sandwich. And again, we lay it with the sublimation sheet closest, okay? Sublimation, the A-sub paper on top, so it can get directly in there. What's really good is the butcher's paper is going to make sure that it protects your heating source so no sublimation ink gets in here, because guess what? If you're putting a shirt in here next time and there's some piece of little ink that gets, stuck in there, it's gonna go onto your next project, all right? Okay, so we're gonna press this down and we're gonna do this for right at a minute. And you can adjust all the things here. So if it's like, if you're doing thicker wood and you want, this grip is too tight, you can loosen it and things like that. So yay, I love it.
Yeah, that's another thing is if you do sublimate onto a cutting board, it's obviously going to be for
decorative
purposes only. Now, I have seen some people that sublimate on the glass cutting boards using white, is it white laminate? They use white laminate, and we've done it too. White laminate on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you can sublimate all the way through the white laminate.
Which is cool.
Shoot through the white vinyl, sorry.
Yes. So there are different workarounds as long as you're using the back. Okay, so we've done that, and there's even like Dollar Tree like ones that we've done. So there's a lot to choose from. All right, lift this up. And there we go. You can see this. So we're just gonna remove it. It's very hot. I'm gonna give it a moment.
Your heat gloves should be in the drawer.
Oh, it's fine. It's not that hot. It's not that hot, right?
Okay.
Ta-da! Are you guys ready for this?
You do as I say, not as I do. Use your heat gloves.
Y'all, we don't always got heat gloves.
They're in the drawer.
We got them. Okay, so look at this right here. So you can see that it was like so potent, the sublimation paper, that it like even got on my butcher's paper. So again, I'm not going to reuse this. And Donna, we use this for 1 minute at 380 degrees. So cool this off. And then y'all, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at it. Aw, look at this. Guys, come on. Look at how good it looks.
That pattern looks really good with that wood.
I love the natural wood on the pattern. I feel like you get to see the wood a lot more on this pattern because this one's like very black and like you don't even get to tell it's wood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looks really good. All right, so we're gonna repeat the same thing to the back. That's the cool part. You can do the same thing. And we're gonna use 2 fresh pieces of butcher's paper just to make sure you guys understand how important it is.
So Anna says, I'm new to this crafting stuff. What is sublimation paper? So sublimation paper is just a special type of paper that kind of it absorbs the ink and holds that sublimation ink on it. I don't want to say, yeah, it does a little bit better than copy paper, but you can still sublimate using copy paper.
Yes.
We just think that, I personally think that you get better results.
You do,
when you use sublimation paper.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's specifically made for this process.
Yep, and it's designed for it. Like you want to use what you're supposed to. All right, there we go. So again, we're gonna flip this over. So we have our butcher's paper. We have our wood laminate right here. We have our butcher's paper here. All right, so that's our sandwich.
It'll be up on our channel.
Fun. I mean, this one's a really fun one because we're using the laminate sheets. If you're doing regular sublimation, this project like takes half the work away.
Yeah.
If you're doing a regular t-shirt, we would have designed it, print it, and pressed it.
And we would have been done.
And that would have been done. So this is the fun part because you're getting to learn how you use laminate sheets with the wood and that relationship. So it's a little different.
Just FYI.
Look at this. There's this side. Yay.
Yeah, Carol said that these would be awesome personalized gift tags as well.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
So cute for Christmas wrapping.
Yeah. Super fun. Super, super fun. So the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to poke our hole through the laminate so that we can thread our cord. Love it. Now, Lauren, do you want to come over and teach us how you do your little charms? I think this is so fun.
Sure.
I love it.
So the way that I did these personally is we just got some really cute, these charms come from Amazon. You can do it however you want. There are lots of different ways you can do these, but this just came in like a multi-pack. So let's just find us something that
I think we
would be
originally
cute.
bought these. Oh my gosh, I feel like, could this work?
Oh yeah, those two would be really cute.
We bought these to make like the nurse, like little
that
lanyards.
one in the middle, maybe?
Ooh, I like that.
Or do we like that one in the middle?
I like that a lot.
I don't know.
Maybe. This is for Alicia, so I'm trying,
I know, I'm trying to think like what would Alicia want?
I know. That's a lot. What about,
Yeah,
what
I know.
about the gray?
I don't know.
Marble?
No, not the vibe. I think the clear is the vibe.
I think the clear is the vibe.
I was hoping that would be the vibe, but it's not.
Too
Okay.
much.
Okay, so what I did, and I actually just now realized I had two of the smaller ones, but like two of the round ones,
Yeah,
but it
it's
doesn't
okay.
matter. What I like to do with this is, and this is pretty long, but you want to cut it pretty long to make sure that it's gonna fit.
Don't miss nothing.
But what I did was I took this and looped it through here, and then you're gonna take your second one and go through there as well.
That's the hack.
Yeah.
I love that.
If I can get it to go through. I think what I had to do was
It's like
pull it
poke
down
Oh.
like this, and then get this on this other side.
And you want to make sure that your cord like doesn't fray. You might have to start it again, cut a piece off.
Okay, I think it's going.
How dare they?
And then,
Rinse and repeat.
yep, I'm just gonna cut this one off to be the same size as that. And we're gonna try them both at the same time this time. So this is the most time-consuming part right here. It's just adding in your beads.
Love it.
And then we'll add in the last one.
Look at that.
Now, from there, if you wanted to, you can add a knot at the top of this.
To keep them in place.
To keep them in place. So I'm just gonna like double that up. And this is to keep my knots down where I want them to go. I hold.
Smart.
You have to be kind of careful with it.
Yeah. And now we have two awesome charms from laminate sheets.
Yep. And one thing that I want to suggest with your, if you were to sell these, give these away, have them as gifts, whatever, I would not pre-tie these.
Oh.
I would leave them open like this. I pre-tied that one because I knew it was going to fit in my car.
Yeah.
And so I tied it for my car.
Right.
But if you were selling these, or if you were giving these away, I would leave this pretty long and let them tie around depending on where they want it. I love that. I would allow them to tie it and then cut off the excess.
That's awesome. Well, yay! Oh my goodness, y'all, what did you guys think of this amazing project? How about it? Such a unique one.